Today I'm going to be trying to demystify Boolean paths. Basically all it is the joining up of shapes in vector drawing packages. Now I'm using shortcuts a lot because this is what I use for my cutting machine. It's what I use to design for my laser cutting projects as well. If you're watching this video when it first comes out, it's going to be in English and English only. If you wait about a week, you will be able to get it in about 21 different languages because YouTube are now doing that for my channel. But it does take them a while to process the languages. I sound quite nice in French. I quite like that. In shortcut slot, we have a shapes library. So I'll just pick some shapes out of here just to do some random things. There we go. So we have some shapes. Now, if you are completely new to cutting machines and vector packages, let me just do a quick explanation. Vector packages will do cut files. So if you're cutting for your Caesar's Juliet or your Romeo or your other cutting machine, whatever brand that might be, you can design SVGs, which are scalable vector graphics, to use with those cutting machines. This is the equivalent, the digital equivalent, if you like, of dot to dots. If I pick up this shape here and I go up to path and simplify, this will actually show you. This is what it is actually made of. It is made of nodes. These little things here are nodes. And in the program, they can be moved, deleted, angles can be changed, all sorts of weird and wonderful things. But this is something you can only do with a vector shape. If you have a picture, if you have clip art, you won't have these vector shapes. And if you want to use them in cutting software, you put them through the trace mode to get the lines to have vectors on them. And then you have an image layer and you have a vector layer. So what we're talking about when we talk Boolean paths are joining shapes together to make other shapes, or subtracting shapes from other shapes to make different shapes. And in order to do that, we have a path menu. Now up here, you can't see it, but it says Shortcut Slot Pro, and then it says Path. Don't worry about the fact that I'm using the Pro, it doesn't make any difference from this point of view. So we go to Path and we have a drop down menu, which at the moment is grayed out because I don't have any shapes selected. So if I select all these and go to Path, we now have the menu. So we have Union. Now this is only going to work if or make any difference, I should say, if your shapes are overlapping. It's not going to do anything otherwise. So if I take this one here and this one here and select it and go to Path Union, you get that funny shape. I'm just going to click the undo button to undo it. All right. If I make this a different size, it makes it a bit more obvious, and I'll put it down there. So two shapes, go to Path, go to Union, one shape. And that is its own shape now. You have lost the individual shapes. It is just one. Now there is a sneaky thing that you can do if you think to yourself, well, actually I might want those shapes in those particular sizes and those particular rotations at a later point. What you can do is just go to copy and paste. All right. You can group them together and then you can move them out the way. You still have your original shapes, but you can do whatever you want to do with these, okay? So you can now go to that and go to Path Union, and there it is. I'm going to undo that. So what other options do we have with a couple of shapes? If we go to Path, we can go to Intersection. Now, if you look at the little diagram here, the bit that is in the middle of the two is highlighted, and that tells you what it's going to do. The union, you can see there's all one shape. The next one down, you can see the center of it has got a color fill on it. So if we click on intersection, this is the bit we are going to get. Right, now, unless we just click undo, obviously we have lost these two other shapes, but because we've got these here and they are grouped at the moment, if necessary, I could pick a shape out of there and replace it. So it's a good idea if you're not used to cutting software particularly, it's a good idea to keep copies to one side or open another page and paste them onto another page, because you can put new page, you just come down here, new page, and when you copy it, you can paste it into the new page if that's what you think you need to do. We've now done the intersection. If I do the exclude, it is showing that the bigger shapes are highlighted and that bit in the middle isn't. So it's going to basically remove that bit in the middle. So you click on exclude and there we are, it's removed that bit in the middle. So let's undo that one. Go to path front minus back. Now each shape is put on a different layer. By default, it's got its own layer. So whichever one is in the front minus back, it will take the back one away. So if I make this shape the front, if I right click, arrange, bring to front. So that one is the front one. So front minus back, we should get this bit cut out of that bit. So let's go to path, front minus back, and there we have that shape. Let's go to undo. If I go to path, back minus front, it's going to take that one and take away that one from that shape. So back minus front, we have it that way. So doing this, you can create, it's all right, I'm going to get things selected there. You can create lots and lots of different shapes simply by combining, subtracting all the different shapes that you got. Now, simplify. We saw this when I showed you the nodes. This is important if you want your cuts to be nice and smooth and to be as quick as possible, and you've had lots of complicated shapes subtracted, joined, whatever. It's a good idea to come in here and go to simplify and click on OK, and it will take out the excess nodes. Nodes that are not needed, it will remove. Okay, I'm going to cancel that out. So path, close path. If you have a shape which is open, it'll close it. Split path is a very useful one to have. If I show you this shape here and make it bigger, for example, and I go to path and I go to split path, it's going to split it at all the nodes. If I click on a line or a part of it, we will see, because it's highlighted, where it is. I can just click on it and I can press the delete key and get rid of it. Flatten. Flatten is quite an interesting one. If I've got all these various shapes and they're overlapping and I select them all and I go to flatten, we have now all the individual shapes, in their different components as they were overlapped. So this is often used if, for example, you're doing big text, vinyl projects or something like that in different colours and you want to flatten down the colour layers. You want to, cut by colour for each particular layer and cut it out of a different material, then the flatten is the one that you are likely to want to use. This isn't strictly what you class as Boolean paths, it's under the effects menu, but it is a Boolean path function when you consider it, what it does. Right, if you don't know how to get a shape like this, you would do a long thin rectangle. You go to the effects menu, you go to wave. Now it must be horizontal for this to work. It doesn't work if it's vertical. You need it to be horizontal. And you can change the cycle number or the amplitude, i.e. the amount that it curves it. Okay. And then you just press OK and you'll get a wavy thing. I'm just going to take that one away. So what I'm going to do now is select both of these. It is important that this one is the front. So arrange, bring to front. If it's not there already, that's what you need to do. So we then come up to Effects and we go to Object on Path. And you want to put Auto Preview on just to make it easier for yourself. Now I don't want this to go into the center of there, so I'm going to move it upwards, but I want it to have its tip within that lozenge shape. And I'm going to start this from a different point. So if I want to start it from somewhere else, I can move it like so. I want to put that more or less in the middle. And I'm just going to do lots of these. Yay, there we go. And you can see if you join all that lot together, you get a very much different path. Now on here also you can reverse the path order. So that's a different way of doing it. You can warp it to the path, and I think that one's actually quite good. I like that one. You can stretch it to the path length. Yeah, I like the warp to path one actually. I think that looks really quite nice. So I'm going to click on OK on that. Now at the moment, all these individual shapes are going to cut out, but they're going to cut notches out of this inner bit. So if I select all of that, go to path and go to union, I then have a different shape altogether. Okay, so that's what I've got. You can't easily see it until I put it over here, that it has basically attached all these pieces to the center one. And you can't see it when it's over there because obviously the background is white. So that's why I pulled it over for you. Now this is a great way of making all sorts of weird and wonderful shapes for doing borders, for doing tags, for doing labels of different, rather than having just a boring rectangular label or whatever. So I've got these two shapes, I've got the ring and I've got the square. And what I want to do is to have it so that this bit here doesn't cut out. Now if I do back minus front, that's not really going to quite do it. So I'll show you what will happen. If I do path, back minus front, that does that. It gets rid of the ring, so that's not good. If I do path, front minus back, I get that bit, so that doesn't work. What you want to do in this particular case is select all and go to path flatten. And this is going to give you all the various bits and pieces. Now you need to break this apart and you can then take that piece out and you will be cutting this bit and the circle. Now I can't think of a particular use for it, but I'm sure somebody will want to be able to do it. It's usually the case when you haven't thought of whatever might be wanted. But if, for example, you want to cut out parts of this and not other parts of it twice, if I drag this away, you can see what I mean. You have this cut here and you have that cut there. I'm just going to put it back. So what you would do in this case is select this one, go to path and split path, and then you can choose the bits that you want to remove. So I can delete that, I can delete that, I could delete that bit, and I could delete that bit. So now I'm only going to cut that line once. If I move this to one side, you can see that I no longer have that line there. So that can be useful. And finally, a look at the divide commands. These are quite interesting. Another way of doing things, and you might find them quite handy. Okay, so we have some shapes. If I select everything, go to path and go to divide, you will find that everything that overlaps is still going to cut. It's just cutting everything on top of everything else. Basically, it is giving you pieces. All right, so you might want to take one piece out, for example, or two pieces out. So now if I select this, I go to path divide, you can see everything is going to be cut and it's all in the individual pieces. If I undo that and then go to path divide below, now the divide below takes the top item, your top layer, and takes it away from what is underneath. So if I go to divide below, we end up with this peculiar looking shape here. If I put it, come on, move. If I put it up here, select all of them, go to path, divide below, it takes the shape out of those two bottom shapes. So you have all the various components that you can pull apart. So yeah, there are usually, in Shortcut Slot, there are usually more than one way of doing something. You just pick the one that you like the best and do it that way. That's it for today. I will see you again sometime soon. Take care now.